What's going on, everyone? It's time to talk about Robocop 2. It was released by Orion Pictures, June 22nd, 1990. It was written by Frank Miller and Weldon Green, produced by John Davidson, and directed by Irving Kershner, who has actually done Never Say Never Again, which is a 007 film, The Eyes of Laura Mars, The Return of a Man Called Horse, and probably most notably, The Empire Strikes Back. He directed The Empire Strikes Back, the sequel to the Star Wars. The second one in the Star Wars trilogy. Yeah, I don't give a shit about all that Disney crap. Anyways, it had a budget of $30 million and a box office earnings of around 45.7 million, which is pretty decent back in 1990 because they came out with a third one after, which I'll be reviewing later. But yeah, Robocop 2 takes place right after the first film, and yeah, the police force is all going to protest against Omni consumer products because they basically bought out the police force and now is trying to foreclose Detroit on itself. So yeah, they aren't too happy, so they're protesting. So Robocop is the only cop on duty and has to try to maintain crime and all that public awareness and stuff while everything else is going crazy and through the roof, crime's going through the roof around them. So it's basically like right now. And yeah, so while this is going on, they're at the company's headquarters. They're trying to make Robocop 2 with a new scientist, and she wants to use a criminal mind to control it. And yeah, so she wants to try something a little different and push it further. And yeah, so he tries to work that out. But in the meantime, there's a new drug lord, and he's trying to push a new product out in Detroit called Nuke, and it's up to Robocop to try to stop him and his goons, and ends up having quite the quirky time doing it. There's a lot of humor in this movie that's really funny and stupid all at the same time. There's tons of action, a lot of good action scenes, even though it does nothing for the story. It's definitely there to enhance the R rating and everything. It's violent like the first one, but this one has way more humor involved, and definitely you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. In that regard, some of it's really funny where he tries to arrest a corpse basically, or Robocop walks into an arcade and it's late and he goes, "Isn't it a school night?" And then all the kids like boom and throw things at him and stuff, and silly things like that happen. And it actually is really entertaining in that regard, but it's definitely not as dark as some of other Frank Miller's other stuff that he's written, and that. But it's definitely a good action film to say the least. It's a good way to continue on with RoboCop and try to do it better. Like they try to make a second one, and it actually fails even worse than 209 or whatever it was, the big machine thing. And yeah, definitely has some cheesy, quirkier moments and just overall a more fun atmosphere than the first one. But it's definitely not one to rewatch. Like you rewatch RoboCop nonstop. It's very well put together and stuff. This one is, you can tell they slapped it together kind of quickly, and it's more just like an action epic with like a general normal story in it. And yeah, so it's not really, it's good for a sequel, but definitely not for like rewatchability and stuff. It's entertaining, but it still just doesn't mesh that well for like what I want to see in a RoboCop film. And yeah, like some of it, like Peter Weller as RoboCop, he nails the role even better probably than the first one. But he's definitely the highlight of the movie. The rest of it, the characters are standard characters. You could easily tell who's gonna die and who's not, and you could clearly, distinctly tell who's the bad guy. There's no mystery involved in it. They don't really go. I was hoping they'd venture more into like the RoboCop's past, like what they were doing in the first one, and open more doors. But no, this one just more like makes him seem more like a creep, And that was kind of odd, but I guess it's one way they could have gone. They kind of just closed that door and then moved on to the standard sequel generating story. So yeah, it was okay. It's your standard sequel. It's nothing too good. There's a lot of good action scenes. If you like action movies, you'll like this. If you love RoboCop 1, you'll probably find this one amusing, but definitely not as good as the first one. No, this one's definitely not getting a perfect rating like the other one. This one, I'm going to give RoboCop 2 a 3.5 because it's good. It's a good popcorn flick. Let's just put it at that. And yeah, hopefully the third one's not as bad because I can't remember anything about it. So, but yeah, RoboCop 2, good popcorn flick, good action movie. Too bad that's basically all it is. So there's a channel link down below, like always, if you want to check that out. If you want to see what I'm talking about or relive it or whatever, it's linked down below. Also linked down below is my Instagram, where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually have the film title, hashtag, and the subject on film and hashtag, so you're aware of it, so you can follow me there. Or you could also follow me on Letterbox at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films, right there, right on Letterbox. So yeah, follow me on one of those two to stay in the loop. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. Let me know your thoughts. And also, if you have a favorite RoboCop film in the franchise, let me know down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And also, if you have any other film franchises or any films in general that you want to hear my opinions on, comment those down below. Try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. But that's it for this one. So, yeah, hopefully, yeah, the criminal gangs and everything are not taking over your area to you can have a lousy RoboCop take control. And I guess I'll see you all in the next one, which most likely will be RoboCop 3. So yeah, hopefully it's as decent as this, not a pile of garbage, but we'll see. But till then, I guess I'll see you all in the next one. So cheers.